Hi everybody, it's Mr. Gray here. Thank you again for another great week. We got a lot coming up. We're going to be into February next week, so I have a few announcements first. The first one is next Wednesday is Global School Play Day, and that means we will play all day. The kids don't need to bring any games or anything. They should just bring their backpack and food, the snack and lunch, just like normal. But we're going to spend the day, playing games inside, playing games outside, and moving around throughout the day to keep it fresh. But the point of the day is just to have some time to play, and often there's no intervention from me in their play. They're going to come up with games and play games and have fun. So that's going to be a really good day. The next thing coming up in a couple weeks is Valentine's Day. It's on a Monday, and we're going to have a Valentine's Day gift exchange. And so along with the email this week, and there's a link on the updates page, I sent you some kind of instructions for how that's going to go. But we're going to give the students white paper bags, which they will decorate. And then we will have a gift exchange where kids can bring gifts in, and they'll just drop them in the bag. Now, if you choose to bring a gift in, you have to bring one for everyone. We have a total of 28 students in our class, so you'd have to bring 27 gifts for all the other students. And then the second thing is, I always recommend doing something like little and handmade, just like a kind note even. It can be something really small. And you don't have to put everyone's name. I'm not going to send out a list of names. They can just say, like, to a friend or to my friend from your name. If you want to send like a little candy or something, it just has to be prepackaged and not homemade due to COVID concerns. So we're going to be really careful about that. So on that Monday or before, the kids can bring in 27 of the gifts, and then we'll do the exchange. We're not going to have anything big happen in class that day except for the exchange. We have a couple other little fun activities for Valentine's Day, but that's going to be what happens. The kids will drop them in, they'll put those things in their backpack, and then they'll take them home. And so that's how that's going to go. If you have any questions, let me know, but that's really the plan for that one. Later in February, there's no school on Friday, February 18th and Monday, February 21st. In March, kind of similar to Global School Play Day, we're going to have Read Across America Day, where the kids will read all day. That day will be a day where kids can bring in like blankets and stuffed animals to read with. That'll be really fun. Open house is scheduled for Thursday, March 31st, and keep working on a few minutes every day or throughout the week on multiplication and division facts practice, and then of course spelling words. So I don't know if I've gone through kind of how the spelling works exactly, but the kids get the words on Tuesday, and in thinking about upper grade, we want to give them some little like pieces of responsibility to get ready for this idea of homework all the time. And so it's pretty low stakes. They just have to practice the words at home and bring in their completed like homework page that has a little bit of work on it. And if they do that, they just get the quiz on Friday. And if they don't, they owe me a gotcha, which is a little like reward we have in our class that can get you some stuff. So that's just an easy way to do that. So throughout the week, they're just responsible for that piece of paper. And they have the spelling quiz on Friday. And then I take the spelling home, and I'm kind of keeping track. I don't know if I'm going to send this out, but I'm keeping track of words that our students are spelling wrong. Hopefully we can practice them again later. And then I have like an ongoing tally that you can see on our class website of the number of words kids have spelled correctly. So I think, we'll be up over 1,000 words soon if you add up all the words of our class. That's pretty cool. And then I think I talked about the Wordament last week, but we're going to start round 2 of the Wordament next week. And so that'll be really fun. We have a whole new set of words set up for the tournament. On to Reader's Workshop. We're going to continue studying the character's journey next week. That's what we're really going to focus on. We're studying characters, and so the character's journey is really important. This week, we had talked about a story mountain, like how stories goes. The trouble gets worse and worse and worse, and it reaches the climax, and then it kind of resolves after that. And so we're going to really look closely at the climax of a story next week, and we're going to discuss like how the character responds to that, and really like how the character gets tested during the climax, and how they respond and what happens after that. And then we'll also discuss how characters resolve big issues. In Writer's Workshop, the kids are going to work on their next literary essay. They worked on some and turned them in this last week, and we were all writing about the same story. It was a short story. We had some like opinions or some claims that we all worked on together, and so we were really able to kind of like work together. People who were kind of able to talk to each other about that. We're going to lift our level a little bit, and now kids are going to pick literary essays or claims from their own story. And so that's going to be a little bit of a process, and it really kind of sets it up for this more like independent writing that we're doing. And so there's a couple of things in particular working on next week. One is going to be to use mentor text, meaning good examples of writing that we know, like, oh, this is a really good example of writing. What can I take from this piece of writing and apply to my own piece of writing? And the second is really to take some time to reinforce how paragraphs go. This essay is really going to look kind of like a multi-paragraph essay like you'd imagine, where it has an introduction, some body paragraphs that have like your reasons and evidence, and then a concluding paragraph. It's not going to look exactly like that in terms of like big paragraphs, but we're trying to separate the ideas, and it kind of will look like that. That's the idea. In math, we're going to kind of wrap up division for now. We still want to be practicing multiplication and division facts at home, but this kind of division unit was about how to think about division and the different ways we can think about it, whether it's fair sharing or equal groups, counting backwards on a number line, repeated subtraction, or just thinking about fact families and kind of deducing the answer by thinking about multiplication. So we're going to wrap that up this week, and then we're going to move on to fractions next week. And then the other thing is Tuesday is the 100th day of school. And so we're going to have a couple little fun math 100 day of school activities. In social studies, we're going to shift our focus from the structure of the federal government onto the government of California. And in science, we're going to continue watching our butterflies. Some chrysalises have formed, some cocoons have formed. The caterpillars are at kind of different stages now, so we're going to continue watching their growth and possibly get on to the life cycle of a plant. We'll see how the week goes. All right, everybody, thank you. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.